Hi Sagittarius, how are you guys doing? Welcome to Sagittarius Tarot and another daily oracle reading. Let's jump in. Today we are the 27th of October 2023. Numerology wise, that's 27 plus 10 plus 20, 23. And so that gives us the number 17. And the number 17 has a lot of spiritual culture and historical significance. It has been, mentioned throughout different aspects. You can do your own research on it and see what sort of cultural significance it has, historical significance. But just know that it's always been associated throughout cultures and histories and religions and so many things to have a very significant significance, yeah. And so it talks about also the path and being on the right path, and it's really an amazing number. And so I advise you to research it and read more about it. It's very interesting. And so if we combine 1 plus 7, that gives us the number 8, which represents power. And so it's very fitting that 17, has a lot of power energy packed in it, because it already, embodies the number 8, which is all about power. So yeah, very interesting day, very interesting energy, connected with history and culture and stuff like that. So I think it would be a good day to, read about and do your research about the history of certain things or the cultures, dig deeper into the history of a building, the history of a street, the history of a culture, the history of a nation, the history of anything, and see how it unfolds and it unfolded, and then look at the dates if there's 17s in them, or look at, let's say, no, if there's 17 seats, 17 floors, 17, you know what I'm talking about. And then see also all the power plays that were involved in all of this. Really interesting day to navel gaze on power and on its meaning, whether it's spiritually, culturally, and historically. Beautiful. For today, I decided to pick a card for you from the Mother Mary Oracle. So let's see what is our guidance there. Let's see. Wow. All right. We get Our Lady of Divine Direction. Beautiful. Immediately I can tell that we're pointed in the right way, right? Immediately, the second that you read this, Our Lady of Divine Direction, right? Divine direction being the keyword, reminds me of that number 17, right? When we talked about being on the right path. So everything is aligned so far, right? Let's look at the number of the card. The number of the card is number 35. Okay, you can see it's number 35. And so number 35 already announces major life changes that are coming your way. Okay? And so that's why you would divine the divine direction. And so the divine direction is those major life changes that are coming your way. It's sort of like the universe or life's way to nudge you in certain, path. Which again, the notion of path that we mentioned in the number 17, right? About being on the right path. And so interestingly enough, we were just talking about how we can connect all the numbers and power, right? And so look at this. 35 is 3 plus 5 equal 8. And 8, again, it matches exactly the energy of the day. So we have the day is 17, spiritual, culture, and historical significance, reduced to an 8, talks about power. And here 35, major life changes that are coming your way, that reduces to an 8. And in this case, because we have the divine involved, the 8 talks about the aspect of achieving the power in balance. So the balance in between the materialistic and the spiritual world. So it is all about achieving this intricate balance of between the two worlds. And if you look, like I said in the number 17 regarding culture, spiritual, historical, you'll see a lot of, material aspects of life mixed with a lot of spiritual significance, and so many material, physical things that were undergone because of certain beliefs in spiritual directions, and vice versa. A lot of spiritual directions have, like, thanks to them, like, a lot of things were built and created in the material world. And so, yeah, mainly the common theme here so far is like power, but also how to balance it, how to understand where we derive power from, how do we apply that power, what sort of major life changes we are undergone for what purpose, how do we translate the spiritual into the material and it becomes part of our culture and history, and how much of our culture and history is, driven by spiritual, and also how much of the material that we build sometimes end up shaping our spiritual, cultural, and historical. So it's very all intricate. It's an amazing, amazing energy. Now, if we combine those two eights, right, the 8 of the day, 17, which is 8, 35, which is 8, 8 plus 8 equals 16. And 16 is, again, one of those numbers that tells you to have faith that everything will work out in your favor. So this is, again, divine intervention, being on the right path, like really confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. You can tell how all these numbers tell the same tale. And so 16 is a 2-digit number that if we combine 1 plus 6 equals 7, and 7 talks about the intellect. And the intellect is really essential in all of this because it is our ability to analyze and discern and have this, like inner discernment about the facts, researching what is right, what is true, what is myth, what is personal, what is alternative, what happened. Really understanding the true power, the true meaning of power and motivations behind it, and what is in our life driven by that thirst for power or not really. Is it, to conquer certain fears? Yeah, interesting. We can talk hours and hours about this, but I just want to, dive in more into the card because this is really like an interesting day. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, again, we have a lot of fire energy in this card. There are some blues, there are some purple, like royal, which is divine. So the purple is like the divine part. The blue is like our feelings, our emotions, so we're connected to the divine. And then we have the fire colors, which is all about actions, which is you, Sagittarius. And so I don't know, I can feel like there's an eye here or something. So, and the lady is like sort of, it's not looking at the eye, but like you can feel the whole motion of the car in the direction is towards that. So as if this is like as if there's a third eye, or as if like the direction is divine and it's orchestrated and it's the right way to go. And so first of all, before we dive into the cards, my own analysis of it, let's first read one of the associations linked to it. Okay, repeat with me 3 times. I pray to life and trust, and together we shall journey on towards the goal. I pray to life and trust, and together we shall journey on towards the goal. I pray to life and trust, and together we shall journey on towards the goal. So there's many aspects of this affirmation if we try to decipher it. So there's the prayer part, which is a way, right? Like one of the ways to connect to the divine. And so this card is asking us to use that tool, the prayer, to connect with the divine first and foremost. And then second, to trust in the divine, because we have got to trust that it knows better and that it's going to take us, that it is taking us in the right direction. And then there's the element of joint venture, which is together we shall journey. And so this is you and the divine, right? Hand in hand, you and life. So this tell you that life is on your side. Life is your partner, right? It is not against you. Even if the circumstances might seem that way, the current ones, it's not. So you're together. We shall journey on. So there is this mention of a journey, emphasized by the motion of the card upwards, right? You can tell that everything is just sort of moving northwest in the card, right? The energy. And so there's like this aspect of a journey towards the goal, which is the ultimate destination, the ultimate thing. So we have really all the elements of this affirmation, very affirmation powerful. We have a very powerful affirmation, sorry. So we have prayer, we have life, we have trust, we have togetherness, we have journey, and we have the goal. So I pray to life and trust, and together we shall journey on towards the goal. Amazing, 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 very beautiful. Okay, so let's dig deep more into this Lady of Divine Direction. So this talks about how sometimes we are pushed or nudged or find ourselves taking different routes or path in lives that we never thought, to be possible or part of our journey. So, sorry, excuse the noise, by the way, like, yeah. I don't know what's up, right? I don't know what's up. Like, just be civil, quiet, mute. Yeah. So, again. So, sorry. Like I'm just centered, grounded, and then there's loud people. So, yeah, I was talking about like how you're nudged or forced or pushed into a direction. And so really, let's look at it more. Let's think about it from a perspective, I don't know, let's take the example of a road, right? And so let's say you drive from point A to point B every day. So probably, I don't know, let's just say like you're going back from work to home. And so on your road, usually you don't overthink and you're on autopilot. You think that this is always the best shortcut, and which is true. Like this is usually the road that really always takes you to your direction, the quickest, the easiest. And then one of those days, you either have a hunch you're gonna have a hunch, right, to take another route. And so that hunch can be impressed upon you by a nudge. So I don't know, sometimes you can feel like there's a new ditch here. So maybe I'll take the other route so I wouldn't, mess up my tires. Sometimes you can tell, I don't know, like something happens that's not to your liking. I don't know, let's say you don't like a lot of, pedestrians crossing the street, and a lot like an event happening, and I don't know, you're scared, something like that. And so let's say a lot of that's happening here, so which is nudges you to take another direction. I don't know, I'm like getting sucked into the details, but like, something is happening here, and so that's telling you to take another route. And then once you take that other route and you get home, and so maybe that other route seems long, there's traffic in it, something like that, you think you're not on the right track, you'll be like, oh damn, I wish I stuck to my old route. And then once you're home, you turn on the news, or like someone tells you from the neighbors or whatever, something, and you discover that there was like this huge accident, or like construction works or road works or whatever, and people who continued with that route got stuck for like 2 hours or 3 hours, or maybe something even worse happens, right? And so that's just a mundane example of how the divine intervenes to take you on an unfamiliar route by ways of nudging you and pushing you. And most of the times you think that this route is not for your own good, but that's why you should trust in the divine, because that journey is always the best, safest, easiest, quickest way. Okay? And so you can apply that to a whole, you can apply that from like really simple things, from like finding your parking spot, like traffic, road, etc., towards your safety, towards how, like even you can go up, right, the ladder when it comes to metaphors, when it comes to this. So whether this is your major life career direction, whether this is where you live, this has to do with your safety, with your money, with your wealth, with your love, with the safety of people you love. I don't know. Take it how it resonates, apply it how you feel fit. But you know what I'm saying, like, so that is the concept behind the energy. And so yeah, so let's talk about like the trials and tribulation related to this nudge a little bit more. So right now in your life, you might feel nudged or pushed or placed in a situation. Sometimes even you hit a dead end, and that dead end is orchestrated by the divine. So sometimes maybe the fact that you're not getting a result somewhere, or you've been trying your best at something and you're not winning, or every time you try, you know, so dead ends, right? And so a lot of these dead ends are nudges that pushes you or force you to try another route. And so you go there pissed and you think the universe doesn't love me, life is against me, why am I getting always up here? It is not. It's only trying to redirect you. And so as much as you think that this redirection is not the quickest, because we always tend to think from the ego-based part of us that we know better, right? That since we are one, and since we are deliberate creators, and since we are one with the universe, right? I must always be top 10, so I must know better. So that is not the quickest way. I mean, it could have been like easier like this, 1, 2, 3, bam, I would have gotten there. What's going on with life? Why it's steering me up? But you don't know that. You cannot play a bajillion scenario in your head to see. If you went there, that would have led you to a worse situation. So as much as for you it seems there's an illusion that the nudge or the new direction may be longer, harder, I don't know, unsafe, etc., 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 the universe knows better, the divine direction knows better, and that divine direction will end up proving to you in the end, once you finish the journey and reach you towards the goal, then you'll look back and then you'll see, it was good for me to trust. I shouldn't have bitched as much, I shouldn't have vented as much, but it was a good choice, because that was definitely, given all the context and circumstances that would have played out, the easiest, quickest, safest, best way for my growth and for me to reach my goal. There you have it. There you have it. Trust. I pray to life and trust, and together we shall journey on towards the goal. Now, I'm going to read for you the quote, like one of the random quotes that I picked, right, for this reading, and see how it fits with the reading. It is from Publilius Syrus, and it says, "Conversation is the image of the mind. As the man is, so is his talk. Conversation is the image of the mind. As the man is, so is his talk." So this talks a lot about the correlation between conversation and who we really are. Conversations and our thoughts. So what goes on in our mind is always reflected in our conversation, vice versa. Our conversation reflects what's going on in our mind. And so sort of like what you end up spitting out or talking about actually is who you currently are. So this is just like a reminder to be aware of your conversations. And sometimes if you're unaware of what goes on in your mind, sort of thing, like, you're not really overthinking your thoughts, right? You don't know what you're thinking. You think, oh, like, I'm having good thoughts, or I'm having like productive thoughts or whatever. And then you end up talking something or conversing something. And then this is the divine's way to show you, and then you stop and look like, did I just say that? Is that really how I think? Okay, so maybe I need to change how I think, and so on. So that's also part of like how the divine sometimes can help you change your beliefs or shift your beliefs, etc., by showing you who you really are through your conversations. And so also they're like a way to nudge you in the right direction. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Well, that was a beautiful reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching till the end. Thank you for all the support and the love. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscriptions. I really appreciate them. Thank you for all your comments. I love reading about how this resonates with you and about your experiences throughout this journey that we shall journey together towards our goals, right, as Sagis. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Stay blessed, aligned, and connected. This was Sagittarius Tarot. I love you so, so much.